In a healthy ecosystem, there needs to be balance. A balance of producers and consumers, of prey and predators alike. A balance between all organisms and living things. This balance is known as biodiversity. In this video, we will be specifically discussing how different organisms live in various biotic relationships. We'll be discussing the main types of biotic relationships. These include mutualism, commensalism, parasitism, predation, and finally competition. We will also take a look at some examples of each of these relationships. First off, there's mutualism. Mutualism is when two organisms benefit off each other without causing any sort of damage. An excellent example of mutualism is a feeder fish beneath a shark. Since sharks are unable to clean themselves, they have feeder fish below them for the job. The feeder fish also benefits as it is gaining a meal as well as protection from predators by the shark. Commensalism is one of the more common relationships, as even a bird on a tree is considered to be part of commensalism. Commensalism is when one species benefits the other, but does not harm or benefit the other species. A bird creating a nest in a tree is a great example of this. The tree does not gain nor benefit from the bird living in it. However, the bird has a tree as its habitat where it can lay eggs and make a nest. The ecological term that most people are familiar with is competition, as even amongst humans there exists competition for limited resources such as food, energy, and land. It is the same for other species such as animals and plants. When two or more species compete for resources, it is known as competition. A bald eagle and a hawk may both compete for the same fish or small animals, just as a rabbit and a tortoise compete for the leaves on a plant. Parasitism is one of the more damaging and harmful relationships. Parasitism is when one species utilizes another while damaging it in the process. A tick in a dog's fur is considered a parasite, as even though the tick is benefiting from having the dog as its host, the host is becoming infected with various diseases. These diseases can sometimes even be fatal. The final relationship is one that is most essential to every organism that cannot produce its own food through photosynthesis. Predation is the process of one organism eating or consuming another. This can be an animal eating a plant or an animal eating another animal. There are near infinite examples of predation. It can come in many sizes along many parts of the food chain. A grizzly catching salmon from a river is considered predation. Even a robin eating a worm from the soil is considered to be predation. Ecosystems can be contained within ecosystems. An ordinary tree within a forest is home to all 5 relationships. Woodpecker eating insects of a tree is considered to be a mutualistic relationship between the woodpecker and the tree. However, there are other relationships in this example as well. The woodpecker eating the insects is a form of predation, as one organism, namely the woodpecker, is consuming the other. There's a third relationship between the tree and the insects, as the insects are causing damage to the tree, so they are considered parasites. Because the woodpecker protects the tree, other animals such as squirrels and robins are able to live in a commensalistic relationship with the tree, as they live there without causing any damage. They might even compete with one another to find living space within the tree. From competition to mutualism, from parasitism to predation or commensalism, a healthy ecosystem must have these relationships between organisms to maintain biodiversity and sustain itself now into the future.